The family of an Oklahoma teen found dead along a rural highway nearly 2 years ago now named who they think is responsible for his death.
In a new wrongful death lawsuit, their attorneys claim a group worked in tandem to give 19-year-old Noah Prescove potentially deadly amounts of alcohol at a party and never protected him from hurting himself. News 4's Spencer Humphrey picks it up from here.
This 7-page lawsuit makes clear in no uncertain terms exactly who Noah Prescove's family believe caused the 19-year-old to die and wind up lying naked along a rural Oklahoma highway in September 2023, blaming the group of people who put on the house party where Noah was last seen alive. The suit lists 7 partygoers by name as well as the owners of a Dunkin' convenience store. None of them have been charged with crimes, so we're not sharing their names, but attorneys for Prescove's family argued those people were part of a civil conspiracy to give minors alcohol, claiming one of them bought alcohol at that convenience store, then brought it to that party hosted on one of their properties. The suit claims they promised to give Noah copious amounts of alcohol if he stopped by, and later did just that over the course of multiple days, giving him more and more alcohol even after he was already intoxicated. Then the suit says one of them let Noah drive an ATV while drunk, that he ended up crashing and sustained injuries. It claims people at the party saw 2 or more of the people named in the suit arguing with Noah the last time anyone saw him alive, concluding 1 or more of them beat Noah to death. Also arguing everyone involved with giving Noah alcohol owed him a specific duty of care to protect him from hurting himself, but failed.
It becomes a clear statutory matter that you aren't to serve intoxicating beverages to a minor. And once you've broken that, then you're on the slope all the way down if they're injured somehow.
And attorney Tim Gilpin says it doesn't matter that any of those people haven't faced formal charges. A jury could still find them liable for Noah's death. And if that happens, they wouldn't face jail time, but Prescove's family would want them to pay up at least $75,000.
If they can prove that the people in charge of the party were serving liquor, beer, intoxicating beverages to minors, then that's pretty damning.
As for the mystery of how Noah ended up on that highway, the lawsuit doesn't give a theory. And with few updates on the state's criminal investigation, that mystery may just remain.
It's a really interesting case, and with very sad facts.
In Duncan, Spencer Humphrey, Oklahoma's News 4.
Now, we did reach out to the attorneys who filed the lawsuit on behalf of Noah's family, but we did not hear back.